In this week's bonus video, we're going to chat on this Goldin WhatNot break of 86 fleet to make up for that BBCE mess out at the National. To give you a quick recap, this box out at the National was busted, as you can see on screen, and packs came out, cards came out of sequence. Didn't really make much sense. Yes, they did hit 3 Jordan rookies, but it reached the point where Ken Goldin and WhatNot decided to rebust another box for each of the 36 individuals that got a free pack in the first one. Now, to give you a very, very quick recap, they did hit 2 Jordan rookie cards, one in pack 17 and one in pack 33. The pack 33 one was funny because Ken was sweating bullets. When he hit that card, he did say, thank God. He was obviously very, very nervous.
Bernard King, Herb Williams, Albert King. I do not want to see a flip. Gus Williams, Clark Kellogg, Rick Williams, no flip. Thank God. Michael Jordan, prayers work, people. 2 rookies and...
Now, a few other packs had the sequence. They did hit 3 Jordan stickers, is based on what other people have told me. I counted 2, so I must have missed one. And then also packs 24, 28, and 30 also had the Jordan sequence, but they didn't have the Jordan come out. Now, to give you a bit more context, we'll jump into my thoughts on this in general, and then we'll touch on some strange things that happened within the break itself, so stay tuned. Now, at the very start of the video, Ken Goldin, I believe, made the impression that it was his idea to rebust this box, and he reached out to WhatNot and said, guys, it's only money. Let's just bust another box for these guys and try and do the right thing. Now, that is a really, really good thing, as I've said in the last couple of videos, because historically these kinds of companies wouldn't have done this, and it just speaks to, you know, the volumes of the guys like Sports Card Radio, myself, even though I'm a tiny channel, calling this kind of bad behavior out, because it's now putting the onus on these businesses, you know, to do the right thing and not just not communicate at all and leave their customers in the dust. So it was really good to see that, but don't read too much into that stuff from Ken Goldin and WhatNot, right? This, as much as it was a good deed, this was also them trying to, you know, protect their own backsides and make themselves look good and try and save face, because, you know, the mistake that was made in the first place was pretty big, and they basically left embarrassed. The fact that this box was sold on Ken's platform, the fact that WhatNot didn't have, you know, the mental fortitude to understand that, you know, the mistakes were happening live out at the National. This was all as much about them saving face as it was about them doing a good deed. So please, you know, take that with a grain of salt when you do sit back and look at it. Now, what was quite sketchy out at the start of this video was that on the WhatNot stream, it cut out. As soon as they ripped the seal off the box, it cut out. Now, I don't have any screenshots of this, unfortunately, because it was hard to get at the time, but basically, a lot of people were raising questions at the time and they were freaking out. To give them some credit, the stuff was also busted live on Instagram and on Ken Goldin's channel. If I recall, he had some lives going, so the streams didn't cut out for those. So you could still see that the box was in frame, but on the main WhatNot stream, it didn't go to plan. Basically, it cut out a couple of times and it looked very, very sus. And they are lucky they had other cameras set up. But I will say this, like, they treated this more like it was a big event and things like that. This should have been purely about, you know, an apology to the hobby, an apology to these 36 winners. So the fact that they made a big fanfare out of it by putting all these cameras up, it probably detracted from the actual experience, right? So it would have been really good to have seen them, you know, just focus in on the one camera setup. But maybe if they did that, that stream would have cut out and then it would have been, you know, end of days for them, because that would have been very, very bad. The one thing I will say to Ken Goldin is that, you know, he was talking so much about this breakthrough, his personal life, talking about his dogs, talking about all these things. It was like, Ken, this is not an opportunity for you to sell us something. This is here for you to, you know, present us with a cool break. And they just spent too long talking about other things, which, you know, again, detracted from the fact that they were there to do something in good faith for the hobby. Now, in terms of a general recap on the packs in question, it looked, you know, okay to me. Some of these packs seem to open a bit easier than what I've seen in the past, but I'm not an expert. Talking with people since very quickly that the sequence did make sense for most of the time. Like I think I said at the very start, packs 24, 28, and 30. There was a few others as well that did have the Jordan sequence but didn't follow through. The 2 Jordans hit. One of them had really poor centering. The other one was a little bit better, so that was good to see as well. But like I said, packs are opening a bit too lightly, but I'm not going to like read too much into that, right? What was very, very strange was that I don't think there was one piece of gum that was broken, and there was maybe 1 or 2 pieces of gum where it was stuck to the card. Now, when I've seen these packs get busted in the past that have had gum stuck, the gum stuck to the point that it sometimes even damages the card. These pieces of gum came off really, really easy when they were, you know, somewhat stuck. So that looked, you know, a bit strange to me. And again, it probably talks to the fact that this box was not a box original from the factory. It was very clearly put together, because I would imagine it's just boxes from here and there made to one complete box, right? And normally when you see packs have gum stuck, it's generally like the bottom half, because of the weight of the other packs on top and the boxes maybe in the factory or something along those lines. So the fact that none really had that issue probably highlights that point again to us a little bit further. They're also, a bit careful with, unwrapping these things and handling the packs and handling the box. That stuff, it might be fine, right? In the sense that I'm a collector, so I'd be very, very careful with those sorts of things. But when you've got all these questions being raised of people saying, why are you protecting the packs? Are you there to resell them later on? Like, that stuff maybe is a bit conspiracy theory for me, but it was just something I wanted to point out. What was really, really funny, as you'll see on the screen now, was the guy to the right, or our right of Ken, so Ken's left, was the one slamming things and putting them in top loaders. And there was a couple points there where he spent a good, 2 or 3 minutes trying to get a card into a top loader. He had no idea what he's doing. It's like, guys, come on. Have people involved that actually know how to handle cards, because it was really embarrassing to see. I would not be surprised if some of these cards were not damaged. So that's sort of it for the recap. Let me know if I missed anything. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. All in all, like I said, it was good for them to do this, but it probably goes more to the likes of guys like Sports Card Radio, putting the pressure on these guys to come out and actually do something about it, because in the past they would have sat back and done nothing. And my message to Ken and WhatNot is, okay, if something like this ever does happen again, like, I understand you guys have a business that you're trying to promote, but please, you're doing this for a good reason, right? To apologize to your customers. Don't sit there and make this some big fanfare, make a big show that you're trying to capitalize and make more money off the back of. You should have come in, had one single camera, had everything in frame the entire time, because the box wasn't in frame at certain times as well. Have everything in frame, make your video, get it over and done with, and then go from there. And then off the back of it, maybe you could do giveaways and some other interviews or whatever, right? Like, yes, maybe people wouldn't have stuck around, but when you've tried to do this for the right reasons, right? As in try and be good and apologize to the hobby, but then you're also filling it with, your own business, your own personal stories, trying to sell them more things. It doesn't give a good look. But overall, it seemed to be a pretty average box of 86 Flea. You got your 2 Jordan rookies, 2 or 3 Jordan stickers. Typically, what people have told me and what I've said in the past is you'll get, 3 to 4 Jordan rookies on average. I'm not sure how true that is or not. It looked pretty average based on what other people have told me, and I'll trust them because they are the experts. There wasn't anything overly strange with regards to, sequencing or anything like that, other than maybe those 3 packs with all having 2 flips after the Jordan, which basically means that's when it shifts sheet. So maybe there was something funny happening there. I don't know. I'm not an expert, so let's wait and see what some of the experts come out and say. But overall, it was pretty average. I think, good on them for doing this. They didn't need to, but again, how much of that was them trying to be good guys, or how much of that was them trying to save face? That is, to be discussed at a later day. So I hope you liked the video. You probably watched the stream yourself, so most of this information won't be new to you. But if it is, leave a like, leave a follow. If you do enjoy the content, please leave a comment down below on any of the points or anything that you saw that was strange within the break that maybe I missed that you think needs to be called out. The fact that stream cut out a few times was very disappointing to see, and they were very lucky they had multiple camera setups. My personal experience, if I was doing something like that, like I said, they should have had a main camera, everything in frame, and then have other cameras there for backup, not have other cameras there for your own clout and your own personal channels. I understand you spend a lot of money to apologize and do the right thing, but guys, come on, you need to be using your brains here and not trying to sell us something when you're trying to do the right thing. So I know I just rambled and I spoke about the same things a lot there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. One thing I did mention was that Sports Card Radio did a live, as I'm sure you are all aware. That was a lot of fun to be involved with. I had a good chat with them and a few people in the comments. It was really fun to have the banter going. If you haven't seen that, or you weren't part of the stream, it'll go live, I'd imagine, in the next couple of hours, so please check it out. There's some really, really good content there, especially, the first hour where we had a bit of a chin wag, and they basically spoke to us about a few other things, so please check it out, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.